All right, ladies and gentlemen, 2 minutes to the bottom of the hour, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Once again, this is our Wednesday Kingdom Builders Team Zoom. My name is Darryle W. Parker. I'll be your host tonight. Thank you so much for being a part of this presentation with us. We're going to learn some things tonight. They call them the secrets of the wealthy. I beg to differ. They're biblical principles. And every one of us have access. They done messed up and showed me this. I got to tell it. I can't hold water. This is the most exciting time to be alive in this country than ever before. We've got a chance to do something big. And we're going to show you how to access the tools, systems, and experts happen.
I've been torn apart so many times. I've been hurt so many times before.
Miss Lovely, welcome. Miss Andrews, welcome. Brother Roosevelt, welcome to the platform, sir.
Counting on you now. Somebody already broke my heart.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute. We're almost there. Guys, once again, here we are, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, another Wednesday night with Kingdom Builders Team Zoom. We're excited to be a part of this presentation with you. I'm telling you, all of you have shown up. I say thank you for being here. It is going to be an exciting time. We're here to talk about some things, and basically that conversation is going to be about money. I hope you're comfortable with that. We're here to share with you the good news, which is MWR Financial, right? So what does Financial stand for? It's MWR stands for Make Wealth Real. We are the financial makeover company. Guys, once again, my name is Darryle W. Parker. I'll be your host tonight, and I have the pleasure and privilege of being able to put in front of you what I consider to be the greatest opportunity that exists on planet Earth. And yes, I'm a little biased. I've had some success with this program, but thousands of people across this country have had the same level of success and more than I've had. So let's talk about MWR Financial. What this conversation is going to be about tonight is going to be about money. And let's get that out of the way, right? And when I say get it out of the way, put yourself in a position where you don't have to worry about it again, because this is the topic of this is the primary conversation that most of us have, whether we're in the beauty salon, church, wherever it might be. What are people talking about? Money. The fact that they don't have enough of it. They want to position themselves where they don't have to worry about it again. So I want to get this conversation behind us, and I'm sure you do too. Now, here's the best part about to the table tonight. We're bringing some real solutions to these questions, right? So here are the questions, and I know we all have them. Where's my money going? Yeah, think about it. When you get paid, and at the end of the day, there's no money left. Prior to this program, I was paid on Friday, broke on Monday. You've never had to do it, so you probably don't understand what I'm talking about. But these were my conversations, or these are questions that I posed to myself. Then the next question would be, how do I get it back? Even though it's gone, how do I get it back? And then how do I make more of it? Is that the solution? And then how do I keep it when I do make it? And then how do we make it work for us? Because at the end of the day, that is the ultimate goal with this platform, to put you in a position where you got your money making money for you. Now, we know that money is going to outwork you and I. While we're sleeping, money's working. It never calls out, never gets sick. It shows up on time, does exactly what it needs to do. So we need to position ourselves to have money working for us. And we're going to find a way to get that done. Now, here's the best part. We make it simple. So now if you're taking notes, which I hope you are, I want you to remember these 4 numbers here: 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 financial roadblocks. These are the things that are holding all of us up. All right. But there are 3 solutions that we can bring to the table to help you achieve your 2 financial objectives, right? That's your current lifestyle and your future lifestyle, all handled by one company. One company. We mentioned it earlier, MWR Financial. What is all the hype about? What is all the excitement about? Why are there so many people gravitating toward this platform? You're going to understand why in just a few minutes. But let's talk about these roadblocks, these issues that get in the way. Well, the first one is taxes, which is your biggest liability. I mean, that's your biggest expense. It's not the car, it's not the mortgage, it is taxes. 1/3 of your income is going to the man, right? The next issue, credit and debt, because we're financing a lifestyle. When they take the tax money out, right now we're short. So we've been conditioned that we want to finance a lifestyle. So we go out and establish some credit and create some debt in the process. And then the third issue is big business. There's a holiday schedule for every single month of the year, all by design. And we've been conditioned to believe that we have to participate in each one of them. What is it forcing us to do? Spend money we don't have, buying things that we don't need to impress folks that you don't even know. We just came out of Mother's Day. God bless all the mothers. We got Father's Day coming. There's another holiday that'll show up after that. And all of it's coming. July 4th. I mean, it's nonstop. So big business takes a third, right? And then inflation. This is what we call the silent killer. It's no longer silent anymore. It's raised this ugly head. If you've been to the gas station lately, you've seen it. If you've been to the supermarket, you've seen it, right? So this is the trap that is created for us. Why are these things so important? Look at the system that we all are conditioned to take part in. This is what I call the world system, right? So what do they teach you to do? Go get yourself a good education. Once you secure that education, what do? Get yourself a good job. Then what? Then you go to work for someone else for 40 hours a week for 40 years, and then they expect you to live on 40% of the income that you were making when you were working full time. Impossible. The odds are against you. You can't win. All by design. It was never set up that way. Why? Because we're giving 1/3 of our income away to the government in taxes with that money that you are allowed to make. And then we're using credit to make up the difference. That's what we've lost because we've got to finance a lifestyle. And then basically causing most of us to go in even more debt. That's what the process has done. It's set us up, right? But at the end of the day, we're giving another 1/3 of our income to the banks to cover the debt that we've created. We've been taught to do these things. And then that leaves us with another 1/3 of our income to help cover normal living expenses. You've got to, things like gas, grocery, insurance, utilities, all of those things. And then again, big business shows up, creates that holiday, they capitalize on it, and they push us in a position to give another 1/3 of our income away, leaving us with little or no money to save or invest. That's the trap. And that's where, unfortunately, most people are, right? But it ain't over yet. We talked earlier about it. Inflation, it shows up and takes even more money out of our pocket. That money that was designed to help you cover basic normal living expenses, it's going here now. What is this business of inflation? This is the increase of cost of goods and services that is increasing faster than our wages. Many people are finding themselves in a real bad spot right now because they're having to make decisions. Do I put gas in the car? I put food on the table. And it's unfortunate. We live in the richest country in the world and people are up against these kinds of odds simply because we don't have the education, the knowledge, or the access to understand that there's a better way to do it. Until now, the game is about to change, folks, because we bring to the table the fix. How do we fix this mess? What we've got to do is understand the importance of becoming a So we're going to create business income. I've just had somebody join the platform. I need you guys to mute out if you would. DB, if you could help me with that, sir, I'd appreciate it. And then the second option is income shifting, right? We've got to understand how to shift income back to us. And then we got to create passive investment income. Again, we talk about putting your money to work for you. We have the ability to do it. So let's break some of these things down and help you understand how they work, right? When we talk about solution number one, we talk about income shifting. What is this all about and how does it work? Basically, the idea is to shift money away from the government and the banks and big business and put it back in your pocket. You've earned it. Why do we have to give it all away? So how are we going to help you accomplish that? First, we're going to help you reduce your taxes. I mean, think about getting paid on Friday. You look at your paycheck stub and see the large amount of money that's been extracted from your paycheck. How about the ability to put that money back in your pocket as early as your next pay period? What difference does that make in your life? If that was your current situation right now, and we could put that money back in that paycheck for you on this coming Friday, where does that put you as it relates to your ability to take care of your family, to do the things that you need to do? The second thing we want to do is help you lower your bills. We all have them, even everyday bills. We're going to help you lower those. And then the goal is to help you eliminate debt. I want you to imagine with me for a moment what a debt-free lifestyle might look like. Pretty exciting. What it might feel like. Think about it. It doesn't matter whether you get paid every week, every 2 weeks, every month. But when you got paid, say you had no bills, no mortgage, no credit card, no student loan, no car payment, what would life look like? What would your attitude be like at that point? It's possible, folks. You can do it. There are many others doing it. And I want you to understand, as tough as this economy is right now, not everybody's hurting. Not everybody's hurting. So we're going to get on the other side of this money. Now, the other thing we want to do is help you restore your credit, which is critical, absolutely critical to you moving forward. We're going to stop overpaying on all of these things. Now, I want to share with you some results, right? of these very things that we just talked about as it relates to how amazing this platform is and the traction that we've gained in this country and the results that we provided. Now, keep in mind, MWR Financial has only been on the ground since 2017. 2017, so in 5 years, look at what we've been able to do. As of this day, $10 million a month saved in taxes for our members, over $10 million. Now, as it relates to lowering bills, $2 million a month in bill reduction, $2 million. Look at our debt elimination success in 5 years, 1.5 billion. I said billion, not millions, billions in interest eliminated. Credit restoration, over 18,000 people have already seen their credit scores increase 50 to 150 points. And I say to you, if you're on the platform tonight, take your credit score, add 150 points to it. You tell me what that does for you. 10 feet tall, bulletproof, strong as thunder. It changes everything. But here's the more impressive number: eliminating off our members' time in debt. Time in debt, saving that time in debt. We're not to owe man anything. We need a realistic way to get it done. Look at what we've done in 5 years, 30,000 years. If the numbers are put on the table and it's calculated with the number of members that have participated and the time we've saved them in debt, over 30,000 years. Now, to me, that's pretty impressive. So let's move on to solution number 2, business ownership. Have you ever noticed the tax laws are basically designed to benefit those who are in business? And we're not saying go out and form a corporation or go out and create some traditional business. We're talking about a home-based business. And MWR Financial is going to provide you with everything you need to create that home-based business, give you all the advantages of owning business, all right, without the headaches. All the legwork has already been done. All the research has already been done. All the platforms have already been created. All the legal pieces are out of the way. We're going to provide you with a tool. It's a turnkey operation that you can jump into today and start generating money immediately. Now, when I say immediately, I mean immediately. If you were in the program right now and you referred me to this program and I plugged in, the minute that transaction is complete, you would get paid. Just that fast. Right now money for right now bills, right? So think about it as it relates to a home-based business or a business. It's the #1 way to reduce your taxes. You can work from home or anywhere. You got a laptop and a cell phone, you're good, all right? While being able to control your income, that's what it's going to allow you to do. And you can stay ahead of inflation because we know the best way to beat inflation is generate more income. You can pay your debts off faster. If you're generating an additional $5,000, $10,000 a month from your home-based business, how quick could you get those bills out of the way? And then you can accelerate your retirement date. How do you do that? You start taking that profit from that business, the home-based business that we help you create, and put that toward an investment vehicle. Now, here's my excitement about it. There's no earning limits. There's no cap on this thing. Listen, it will deliver for you whatever you want for it. Now, what is it going to take us to position ourselves to get all this money that MWR Financial is talking about? All you got to do is expose others to what MWR Financial has to offer. A complete financial strategy makeover is what we bring to the table. We will infuse into an individual's life CPAs, financial planners, enrolled agents, credit restoration experts, debt elimination experts, investment consulting, bill shredding capability. And the beautiful part about it, you and I don't have to be an expert in any of those areas. I don't know anything about doing taxes. I don't know anything about credit repair. I don't have a license to invest. I don't know any of those things, but don't need to. I know people that do, all right? The team of experts that's going to be provided to the people you're approaching with this opportunity, they're going to do all the work and they're willing to pay you and me a ridiculous amount of money. What would you have rather had them do? When people talk about the business model, network marketing, listen, millionaires have been made with this business model. Let's talk about it. A.L. Williams, Amway, you name it, okay? So the model works. So if you don't like the model, what would you rather Brian House, the CEO and founder, have done? Go around the country, find office space, employ people to run those offices, post signs, do advertising, people driving off the street to get all of these services. They wouldn't get it for the price that we're getting it for. There's no question about it. You would rather him do that than to give you and me, the average everyday person, an opportunity to market this program, meaning to share the good news, to tell the story, let his experts do all of the work, and you and I get paid. Not just one time, but consistently, month after month after month, you have the ability to generate a passive residual income. Now, it all starts with this upfront money, this daily guarantee. Now, I want you to do your due diligence and research on MWR Financial. There's no company in this industry using this business model that's offering you a daily guarantee. Why do we do that? We pay you daily so you can make profit now instead of having to wait on a check. Again, I told you, this is no long-term proposition. You get into this business, you don't have to wait 30, 60, 90 days to get a check. Get one today. That's how fast we're moving. Now, let's take advantage of the sponsor bonuses that MWR brings to the table. So let me find that person out there. We're going to mute you out real quick, guy, so we keep this thing moving. So now let's talk about how we make this money. Now, as it relates to a sponsor bonus comes from someone like me that you introduce this concept to, and they say, I want to be a business partner. All right. They plug in, you make $50 or $40 as a customer bonus. Where does that come from? How do we generate that? You've got somebody who says, Gerald, I'm not interested in being a business owner, but I do want to use those services to get my financial life in order. I want to save money on taxes. I want to increase my credit score. I want to pay debt off early. I like that bill shredding component, all of those pieces, right? So that customer plugs into the program today, you get paid $40 today. Now, here's the beautiful part about it. We've got what they call a momentum bonus, all right, that extends for 90 days, that pays out $1,500, right? So how do you get that over a 30, 60, 90-day period? You find 3 people like yourself or 3 people like me that are sick and tired of being sick and tired, that are hungry, that want to control their own life, that want to set their own destiny, right? Want to be in business for themselves and want to partner with MWR Financial. That's a qualified financial director. That's what that person would be. So they would lock arms with you. You find 3 of those people in your first 30 days, you make $150 in bonus money. Now, I showed you the sponsor bonus. You're going to make 50 for each one of those people. So you've generated 150, but you put those 3 people in the program with you in your first 30 days. Now you've actually got our momentum bonus. You make another 150. You've just netted $300. Nowhere near what it's going to cost you to start this opportunity. Now, here's the thing. Duplicate that process one more time, because the way this structure is set up, this business model, I can't make a dime till you make a dollar. So you've got to be committed and willing to help other people succeed. If you don't have that kind of heart, this is probably not the platform for you. This is not the business for you, because it's never going to work. You've got to be willing to get in the trenches and help other people succeed. And when you do that, there's a payout as it relates to this bonus money. Help those 3 get their 3. There's $450 more on the table. Duplicate that process one more time and help those 3 that you gathered get their 3, and then help those 3 get their 3. There's $900 more on the table, $1,500 in bonus money. Now, they give us 90 days to complete this, but there's no rule. There's nothing written in this policy and procedure at MWR Financial that says that we can't do this in 30 days. There's nothing saying that we can't do it in 10 days. Hit the ground running and watch this thing pay out. Now, I've just shared with you just upfront money, but let's talk about this daily guarantee, this business of getting paid every single day. We have the ability to earn from $5 to as much as $8,500 a day. Let that resonate for a minute. $8,500 a day. This is a big number for some people, I'm sure, but listen, you're worthy, because $8,500 a day equates to $3 million a year, guys, over $3 million to be exact. What could you do with $3 million a year? What would your life begin to look like? Whose life would be impacted when you start generating this level of income? So $8,500 may not be your number. That's too much money for you. You don't need that. You don't need $3 million a year. I want you to pick any number you see on this chart and let that be your goal. See, you can fix your income here. My grandmother used to always talk about being on a fixed income. As a kid, I never understood it, but I do understand it now, because I fixed my income to be whatever it is I want it to be based on what you're seeing here. 3 people in the program with you pays you $5 a day. That's $1,825 a year, $150 a month. You help those 3 get their 3, $20 a day, $600 a month, $7,300 a year. Duplicate that process one more time, you're at $40 a day, guys. $1,200 a month in passive residual income. I mean, so you pick your number. How much time do you want to commit to this? How many people do you want to introduce this to? Use these services yourself, get the impact, share the good news, and get paid. Build a team and max this thing out. Whatever it is you want. $280 a day, that's $102,000 a year. But let me show you how to do it, right? You're going to need some people. You're going to need some help. You're going to need to build a team in order to hit these numbers. So let's break it down. I've already showed you what the monthly looks like, what the annual looks like. All right, how many people do you need on your team in order to hit these numbers? So once again, let's take a look at the chart. So if the goal is $1,200 a month, you need 36 people. 3 people, help those 3 get 3, and then duplicate that process one more time. Now, MWR Financial is not saying that you or me, you go out and sponsor 36 people. You don't have to do that. You sponsor 3. The whole pay scale, the entire comp plan is based on 3. And we duplicate that process over and over again. Help your 3 get 3 and teach them to do the exact same thing. 36 people pays you $1,200 a month. That's $40 a day. You do this on Monday, MWR Financial starts paying you the $40 as early as Tuesday. We get paid every day. All right. So 180 people, that'll be 540 points based on everyone being worth 3 points, right? That's $140 a day, $4,200 a month, $51,000 a year. I mean, you can pick your number, but we have the ability to do it. Now, I'm not alone on this. There have been many people, and many of these people that you'll see next came after me that have been successful with this process, right? And have become what we call $1 million residual club ring earners. I'm going to share those people with you. First one in, Mr. Terrence Hawkins, Charlotte, North Carolina, the first one to receive MWR's $1 million residual club ring. Next up, Mr. Brian Bean, Atlanta, Georgia, Ms. Christy Howard, Atlanta, Georgia, Mr. Charles Ivory, Hinesville, Georgia, Mr. James Mackey, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Ms. Shona Rollins, Atlanta, Georgia, and me, Gerald Parker, Raleigh, North Carolina, by way of Florida. So I'm kind of living in 2 places right now because of this program, but we'll share that with you in a minute. But here's the thing. Here's the question I have for you, and I want you to understand this. They placed this chart together in the order that the rings were achieved. Terrence was first, Brian was second, Christy was third, Charles was fourth, James was 5, Shana was 6, I was 7. Here's what's crazy. I've been with MWR Financial since 2017, since the day it was established, one of the first persons in. I'm number 7 on the list. Now you can be next, but I was the last one. All of these other people, with the exception of Terrence Hawkins, came into the business after me. I had a 2-year head start on these people. So what does it say to you? Listen, this thing is wide open. You hit the ground running and you can get it done. Brian Bean came into the program 2 years after me and ran by me like I was standing still. Unbelievable. So it's for anybody who wants it. This thing is built for speed. And you find a team of people that see what you see and understand this, and they want to set themselves free financially, you've got a vehicle now to do it, right? But let's talk about this. MWR Financial is just not about helping you make all this money, right? We want to help you create a lifestyle that's filled with freedom, options, and choices. How about the ability to wake up when you're done sleeping? Do whatever you want whenever you want to. Saturday morning, you wake up and you feel like you want to fly to Paris, and you can do it with no restrictions and no time limit on when you need to be back. That's living. So we have an opportunity to create that. That $3 million a year would give you an opportunity to go to Paris as many times as you want. So here's the idea. We're going to provide you with a team of licensed experts, licensed, trained, seasoned experts that otherwise most of us would never have access to. Why? Because the cost is $200 to $300 an hour. Who on this platform has that kind of money? So now we get access to all of those experts to take our financial life 180 degrees, all right, for the price of basically a cup of coffee a day. They're going to analyze your existing financial position, just like they did for me. I came to the table and said, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm at, but this is where I'd like to be. Then they're going to help you determine your long-term and short-term goals. I had instructions every step of the way. They held my hand through the entire process. And then they're going to help you structure a personalized plan to help you achieve those goals, right? In a time frame that you choose. You pick the time. You pick the time. I had a 2-year window that I was working within, and those guys helped me get it done. They will even implement the right wealth building strategies for you. They'll put everything in place. Listen, let's go to strategy 3 right now. This is the solution 3. We've got to find a way to put ourselves in a position where we've got money making money for us. We've got 2 excellent vehicles to help you do that. One is our self-banking private reserve account. See, the self-banking private reserve account allows you to become your own bank by providing you with the best ways to save, grow, and protect your money tax-free with no risk of loss. Let me say it again, tax-free with no risk of loss. Who does that? Wealthy people do it every single day. I had no idea a program like this existed before I showed up with MWR Financial. The ability to be your own bank, I own too, because of this platform. Now, even with land banking, our land banking solution, being able to buy land in the path of growth of 20 to 40% below the market value, that's the game. And we're in it now because of this platform. Listen, I want you to understand this clearly. MWR Financial has leveled the playing field. They've given average everyday people like you and me an opportunity to win in a major way. I came to the table broken financially. I mean, literally, paycheck to paycheck living, 55 years old, going to a job every day, paid on Friday, broke on Monday, just get it by, couldn't figure out for the life of me where I was going wrong. Surrounded myself with these experts, my life changed overnight. Let me tell you a quick story. So I came to the table with a made up mind because I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. There was no way I was going to keep living the way I was living unless somebody could show me a way out. So I jumped all over this thing. So here's what I did. Consulted with the CPAs. They looked at my current tax situation, got me back $350 a month, money I saw on my check 2 weeks later. Hey, and Miss Medley, we're going to answer questions at the end of the presentation. I've got a few more slides and we're almost there. We appreciate that. CPAs got me back $350 a month, money I saw on my check 2 weeks later. I move on to our credit restoration component. I come out of there with a 128-point increase in my credit score, not realizing that 128-point increase would get me a reduction in my homeowner's automobile premium by $200 a month. Huge savings. I move on to the third component of the program, debt elimination, right? I drug into that component of the program with me 15 years worth of remaining debt. That included a small balance on a mortgage. These guys positioned me to pay that debt off in 6.5 years. Guys, that was 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago to be exact. 1 year from today, zero balance on everything I'm doing. Oh, no, man, nothing. Not to mention the $52,000 in issues they saved me that I otherwise would have paid to the creditors. But let me tell you about the most exciting part. They surrounded me with these investment consultants. Now, I'm very interested in this. Why? Because at the time I'm going to a job every day, putting money into a 401k, I'm contributing enough where the company's giving me a match. But even with the match, the growth of the fund, 2.5%, 2.25% actually, annually. The growth of the fund was so slow that I was scheduled to work for those guys for another 25 years. Now you do the math. You're pretty smart. Add 25 to 55, 80. That was the plan, folks, because I didn't have a plan. So I asked these investment consultants to help me create an investment vehicle that would get me out of here sooner rather than later. Lo and behold, these guys started speaking what I thought was French. Why? Because I'd never heard of anything like this before. This whole concept of self-banking, a private reserve account where I could put money into a fund, have access to that money anytime I want it for any reason I need it, never pay taxes on it, then would be guaranteed never to lose any money. I all but called a man a lie. Who does that? He says wealthy people do it every single day. I'm naive to this whole concept, so I asked him, where am I going to get $10,000 or $20,000 to jumpstart an investment vehicle like this to get the kind of returns that you guys are talking about? The guy said you don't need $10,000 or $20,000. Folks, I want you to understand something. The same $350 that they saved me in taxes and the $200 that I saved because of my credit score increase was the money that I used to jumpstart the investment vehicle. Turns out that private reserve account is paying me 10 times more than my 401k, put me in a position to retire in 10 years versus 25 at this point. I'm shouting glory, hallelujah. Why? Because for the first time, for the very first time in my adult life, I've got a clear picture of what my financial future looks like for the very first time. And then these guys say something crazy like this to me. You go out and tell this story. Same story I just told you, and we'll pay you a ridiculous amount of money. So I had a couple of questions. My question was, do I need to learn how to repair credit? No, the experts do all that. Do I need to learn how to do taxes? No, we have CPAs, they handle that. Well, I need a license to invest. You won't need anything. Just go tell the story. I started telling the story to anybody who would listen. At my job, at the church, at the gas station, the car wash, the grocery store, it didn't matter. If I saw you, I was going to tell it. I had to shout the good news. And listen, when I say ridiculous, it got so ridiculous within 2 years of me doing that, I began generating enough income to be able to walk away from a $65,000 a year job to do this full time. Yes, I gave that man back what he gave me, his job, and I freed myself. So I sit here before you tonight as a free man, only because of this platform. So don't tell me it doesn't work. And then when I show you what it's going to cost you to get started, you're going to jump in now. But let's go further. We want to talk about some of the success we're having as it relates to these investment vehicles that we've created, mine and everybody else who's already involved. $11 million in passive portfolio income or gains. Guys, we've been on the ground since 2017. We've been able to do this in 5 years, all right? Shaving an average of 15 years off their retirement days. That's what we've been able to do, mine included. Think about it. 10 years ahead of the game because of this platform right here. Now, here's what MWR Financial can do. help you achieve these two objectives. Your current lifestyle, which is what you're doing now to generate income. Let's make that more comfortable by start paying some of these bills off and position yourself so that you can create your future lifestyle and live the life of your dreams. I want to coast through this thing now. 5 years later, I told you I was 55, I'm 60 now. Well, I'm slow walking this thing. Ain't no rush here. I'm not breaking no sweat, presenting this opportunity. Ain't begging nobody. I'm just sharing the good news and they're jumping all over it. Why? Because people are hurting now more than they ever have in the past. And they need something and they're looking for something. And they're looking for something. God forbid the person that you walked by today and didn't share this good news with. I'm saving lives. I don't know what you're doing, but this is real. People are hurting and you're bringing the solution to the problem that 98% of the people in this country are facing right now. What is the conversation at the water cooler at work? What is the conversation in the barber shop, at church? It's money. How do we get ahead of this thing? How do we position ourselves where we've got more than enough? The promise is real. We can live an abundant life. We've just got to position ourselves and understand these principles and apply these principles, and we'll get the results and we'll see them manifested today and not tomorrow. We don't have to die to win this prize. It's here for you now. Somewhere I read something about heaven on earth. Guys, this is our chance. Don't sleep on this one. If you're not in already, I encourage you strongly to get back with the person that invited you and get plugged in. Why? Because listen, MWR Financial is the only company, the first company actually, to do these things, to provide you with real financial experts, implement real financial strategies, solve real financial challenges, and get real financial results in real time. That's MWR Financial. Make wealth real. And guys, we're real serious about it. So let's go here. I want to break down some of these other services for you, right? Some of the things that we do. We talked about helping you save money on taxes. Listen, a month ago, we were not in this position. We now can do taxes as part of the membership. We can do taxes. We can do individual taxes. We can do joint taxes. If you're a business and you're an LLC with one Schedule C, we can do those taxes for the cost of this membership. You get a hotline. If you've got a tax question right now, make the call. If you're a W-2 employee, upload your W-2s and allow those guys, your last two paycheck stubs, and a copy of last year's taxes, and give these guys 24 to 48 hours. They'll get back with you and show you what kind of money they can put back in your check as early as your next pay period. Here are the other things you're going to do: bill negotiations, all of those things, investment consulting, credit restoration, debt elimination. All of those things are important. Now, as it relates to add-ons, some of the other pieces that we've added, as it relates to this bill negotiation process, we now can negotiate the reduction in payment for you on not only your cell phone, internet, satellite, cable, all of those things, but how about auto insurance now? How about homeowners insurance? The ability to put money back in your pocket. That's what each one of these platforms are designed to do. So now let's answer the $64 million question. What is it going to cost me? If you're looking at this from the perspective of being just a member, you're locked into your own business and you're good there, but you definitely want to take advantage of these services in order to get your financial life in order, right? Have access to these experts. Your cost, $99.97 a month. No contract to sign, no setup fee, and this includes a spouse. Now that's the win, in my opinion. To include a spouse, call anybody in the United States tomorrow that does credit repair, debt elimination, whatever it is, and tell them you want to access their program, but you want your spouse included with the fee. Ain't gonna happen. MWR Financial is the only company in the industry that does this. You couldn't go anywhere in the United States and find one of these services, much less all of them, for $99.97. That's the first win. And now we know that you couldn't go anywhere in the United States and find one of these services, much less all of them, to include a spouse for the same $99.97. I want to tell you a little secret, and don't tell them I told you. MWR Financial goes a little further. You don't even have to be married to the person. It could be a boyfriend and girlfriend. It could be a mother and a daughter. It could be your significant other, your fiance. As long as the address is the same, they can join you in the membership. Don't tell them I told you, but it's real. Now listen, here's the other thing. If you're like me, I said, man, I need to get my financial life in order. I want to use those tools, but I also want to generate another stream of income because I was trying to get off that job. I couldn't do it anymore. And this thing held out promise that I could generate enough income to replace that. I could do this part-time and replace my full-time income at some point, right? And they say it's a 3 to 5 year process. 2 years, I was out the door. I had my freedom papers. I was serious about it. And I was going at it like tomorrow wasn't coming. So what is the cost for you to start this thing, to align yourself with the fastest growing financial strategies company in the country, to partner with MWR Financial, and then have access to all of those tools we talked about as well? $149.97. Now you show me, somebody stand up, unmute yourself, or show me a business, tell me about a business that you can start in these United States for $149.97 that gives you access, puts you in the middle of a multi-trillion-dollar year industry, financial services. You never have to become the expert. They're already in place. You're bringing to the table the solution to the problem that 98% of the people have. And all you got to do is open your mouth and tell the story. Use the service itself. That's going to help you tell the story because you can share that with people. $149. I'm betting probably the only business that you could start, traditional business or any kind of business, I would think for $149 might be a lemonade stand. Once you buy all the stuff you need to get set up. I mean, I don't understand it. They're giving it away. $149.97, I'm in business. And these guys are showing me something else. I refer 3 customers to the program. So my $99.97 for my membership then becomes free. So my cost to own the business is only $50 a month. I want you to understand something clearly. I have never, nor will I ever pay $199 or $149.97. Why? The man said you needed 3 customers. We'll waive your $99.97. As a result of that, you get access to all the services ongoing, but you pay $0 for that portion of the program. And all you got is your website that's going to cost you $50 a month. I went out and got 5 customers. Came back, he said, why'd you bring 5? You only needed 3. I told him I bought the extra 2 for cushion just in case one of the 3 didn't pay, because I never wanted to pay the $149. My cost to own this business, I've been doing this for 5 years. It's $50 a month. And these CPAs that they got me working with done showed me how to take that $50 and include it as a business expense. I'm running this business actually for nothing. It's pure profit from here. Craziest thing I've ever seen. Guys, this is it right here. When you're going to get a team of experts, they're going to surround you with all the tools and systems that wealthy people already have access to. You know the play. The rich get richer, poor folks just get by. Most poor folks have done it. I was almost one of them that had done it for so long, we just begin to believe that this is just the way it's going to be. My daddy was broke. My grandfather was broke. I guess I'm going to be broke. I want you to clearly understand there's no rule written. There's nothing in these papers, and they never will be, that says just because your father was broke, you have to be broke. We've got access now. They provided the knowledge. I want to share this with you and I'll finish it up. 5 years ago, I attended the first MWR Financial event. And that event was designed to bring to the table all of the experts that were going to be providing these services. That was our time to learn these tools, these systems, get advice from these guys, talk with them, build relationships, right? So 2 of those guys, Eric Elam, Cord Burner, showed up. They flew in from Arizona. I sat on the front row because I wanted to get all the information. So one of the guys sat next to me, Cord Burner, as a matter of fact. Eric Elam was in front of the room, the financial consultant that was bringing all of this to the program, right? And he was talking. So the guy, Cord, leans over, whispers in my ear and says, Gerald, you know, these are the secrets of the wealthy that he's sharing with you. I leaned back over and whispered in his ear, if they are secrets, then you just told the wrong person, because I can't hold water. I made 100 phone calls on my way home. It was a 3-hour ride. I'm telling you, I told everybody, and I continue to tell this story, and this thing is paying off. It's paying off in a major way. I'm living the life of a dream. I've never, honestly, I always hoped that I could live like this. I always worked to be able to try to figure out how to do it. I've owned multiple traditional businesses. That job that I told you I was able to quit was the only job I've ever had. Made some bad financial decisions, put me in a position where I had to go to work. Wasn't comfortable with that, so I needed a way out. MWR Financial became my ticket out. But let me tell you another story. Listen, 35 years ago, I lived in South Florida. Fell in love with this place. Stayed here for 10 years. A lot of things happened, took me away from the place. The goal was always to come back. So then I began thinking, I want to live in South Florida during the winter months and live in North Carolina, which is where I'm from, during the summer. All right? Because I don't like cold weather. 11 months ago, that dream became a reality because of MWR Financial. I have a winter home in South Florida, which I'm sitting in right now. And I have a home in North Carolina. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen. This is the dream come true. What it's done for me is done for thousands of people. I'm not the only story, believe me. There are many, and you can be next. So let's wrap this up. let's get this thing worked out in your mind. These roadblocks, right? We showed you the financial roadblocks, but there's some mental roadblocks that are holding a lot of people up. And if I allowed these things to get in my way, I wouldn't be here today, right? So your assumption of what others might think. Now, me personally, I've never cared at all about what anybody thinks. It doesn't matter to me. I hope it doesn't matter to you. Secondly, your confusion about what is an expense versus an investment. I told you I spent the 149. Actually, it was 228 when I got in. And within 2 weeks, they got me back $175 of 350. That was an investment for me. Increased my credit score, saved me $200. I got all my money back. So it wasn't an expense. So don't look at it in that way, because I know you'll go out and pay God knows how much for cable TV and all these other things that we waste money on. I don't have cable because I don't watch TV. I haven't watched. I've been here almost a year. My grandson came to me the other day. My daughter and my grandson live here with me. And that's why I'm still here, because he doesn't get out of school till about 2 more weeks. Then we'll travel to North Carolina. But he said to me, he said, Papa, we've been here almost a year. I never see you watch TV. Don't do it. I don't want that kind of distraction. I don't get caught up. I couldn't tell you what was on television. And I won't ever be able to tell you what's on TV. I don't enjoy sitting watching someone else make money. I want to be the one. If we're going to watch TV, I want you to watch me on it. That's what I told him. But listen, let's move forward. Your inability to decide, which is a decision. I mean, you really think about it. You're reluctant. You're not sure. You're on the fence. You got to make a decision one way or the other. Here's what I know. Warren Buffett says this: if a man or woman doesn't find a way to position themselves where they've got money, making money for them while they're asleep, then they'll be forced to work until they die. That's where I was. The retirement plan had me retiring at 80 years old. Can you imagine what sort of quality of life I would have had at that age? And what would that retirement income have looked like? This is the kind of thing that we need to begin to think about now. I don't care how young or old you might be. We need to put the plan in place. Now, here's the other issue. Number 4, your past fears of failure. It doesn't matter how many times you fail. The winner keeps getting up, and you keep getting up, and you keep getting up until you get it right. Well, my family has seen me do a lot of things that relates to business. There's Gerald again. He's going to get it. This one set me free. Boy, they calling me now like they never have before. When we gonna see you? Huh? When you coming back? Yes, sir. Because they know what's happening. But I'm saying to them, yeah, align yourself with this. Get plugged in. If you've ever prayed or wished for more out of life, you have to be able to recognize when the answer is provided. We strongly believe that MWR Financial, folks, is this answer. So now, let me offer you a bit of comfort, particularly if you're on the fence. You see my hand? I want you to grab it, and I want to lead you off the fence. You don't have to be afraid of this one. Why? Because there's a guarantee in place. How does a full-service financial strategy company make such a bold statement and put it in writing and can guarantee your success and offer you a 30-day money-back guarantee? Because they know, I know, and tens of thousands of people across this country have already figured out it works. I keep telling you, the playing field has been made even. We've got the same access now that wealthy people have always had access to. Look at what they say. If our opportunity experts or solutions can't help you save, make, or grow more money in your first 30 days, we'll give you a full refund. A full refund. So what they're really saying, let me break it down. What they're saying, if it doesn't do exactly what we say it can do, get your money back. That's where we are, folks. Get your money back. This is the game. If we're going to win, we've got a real shot at doing it now. So let's recap. What's your cost? $99.97. That makes you a 2, meaning you want the membership. Or you're like me, you're 1. You want the membership and the business opportunity? You're 1. So I strongly encourage you to get back with the person that invited you. Make that call. Send the text to them and say, I'm a 1 or a 2. Let them know where you are. Align yourself with them. They've got a link they can send you, get you plugged in, and we're off and running. We're going to provide you with all the training you need to understand how to make this thing work. Now, if you've made your decision already, let me be the first to welcome you to the MWR Financial family. Get ready to save, make, and grow your money like never before. Guys, every now and then a good one comes along. This is the one. That ends our presentation. We're going to come out to the field. I think Miss Cynthia has a question for me, and there may be a few more, particularly if you're new and you're seeing this for the first time. If you've got questions, don't leave this platform without getting your questions answered. to help you make an educated decision today. Just join us on this mission, this ministry, this crusade. That's what it's become. We are now part of a movement, guys. You're in it now, and we're in it to win it. So here we go. Once again, thank you so much for everybody who joined the platform. Any questions? Miss Cynthia, I think you had your hand up earlier. If you still got that question, I want to be able to answer that for you. Just unmute yourself, ma'am, for me, if you would. I'm not here.
Can you hear me?
I got you now. Yes, ma'am. How are you?
Good, good. I was just asking to see if this was a debt to get out of debt. Well, to build your debt, to build credit. Is that what this is?
You mean to real estate purchases and things of that nature? That debt turning into positive cash flow for you? Help me understand what you're asking.
I'll have to look at the video.
So this is your first presentation?
Yes, it is.
All right, so let me break it down for you. And I don't want you to leave me without any fully understanding what you're a part of right now.
Okay.
So MWR Financial has been on the ground since 2017. We're a full service financial strategies company, all set up, Miss Cynthia, to help people get their financial life in order. So what we bring to the table are all the tools, the systems, and experts to assist people in getting that done. When you plug into this program, you're going to have direct access to CPAs, financial planners, enrolled agents, credit restoration experts, debt elimination experts, investment consulting, and bill shredding capabilities. Okay. Now, as it relates to the CPAs, if you are a W-2 employee, we know that everybody who is working for someone else is overpaying taxes. So the first thing those guys can do is review your current tax situation and get you money back as early as your next pay period. Even if you've got an 800 credit score, let's get it to 850. The process doesn't just help people with marginal credit, all right? It can help anybody. We know how important credit is. All right. And then the next step is that if you've got debt, if you currently have a 30-year mortgage, we can show you how to pay it off in 7.5 years. If you've got a 5-year car note, let's pay it off in 2 years. We have the ability to assist you in getting those things done. And as it relates to our bill shredder component, I'm talking, you've got internet, you're on this platform tonight. How about cutting a portion of that cost? Satellite, cable, cell phone. All you got to do is upload your current bill and they'll negotiate a reduction in payment for you. Keep the same service plan. You don't lose anything. But the whole idea of this platform and what MWR was created to do was put money back into your pocket. Now, once we put all that money back in your pocket, we want to show you how to take that money and let it go to work for you. Invest that money in long-term, conservative, safe, high-yield investments that don't risk your money. That's what the platform is about. And now, those are you using the services. But then MWR Financial says to you and me, Ms. Cynthia, that you tell the story. You show this to other people, share it with them, and they're willing to pay you when that person plugs in. So if you came to me today, or I came to you and said, Miss Cynthia, I got to fix, you know anybody that does it? You'll say, well, MWR Financial, I just aligned myself with this company, became a partner with them. I'll give you my link. I get plugged in. The minute that the transaction is complete, which is only going to take me about 2.5 minutes to sign up, you get paid today, right now.
Okay.
And then I have the ability to refer 3 people to the program and get my membership free. But they're not going to pay me as a customer for those 3 referrals. They're going to pay you. So you're going to make $40 on everybody I refer as a customer. Okay. So you get a chance to generate a ridiculous amount of income. I mean, if you see the opportunity to go at it from the business building perspective as well. And then, and I'll make it simple for you. Think about these things as you make your decision. Okay. How many people do you and I know right now that would like to save money on taxes?
Everybody.
Everybody. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. How many people do you and I know right now that would like to enhance their credit score?
Everyone.
See, these are your people. Think about this now. How many people do you and I know that would like to pay their debts off early? If you could legitimately, morally, ethically show a man or woman how to take a 30-year mortgage and pay it off in 7 years, you think that person would want to have a conversation with you?
Yes, yes, yes.
That's it. You're in. That's all it's going to take. And I promise you, I don't know where you live in the United States, but the minute you start sharing, where?
Nashville.
Tennessee. Listen, the minute you start sharing this with people in Nashville, they're gonna knock your doors down, Miss Cynthia, to get to you, because you bringing the solution to the problem.
All right, all right.
Listen, you better go ahead and get plugged in, because I'm coming to Nashville.
All right.
I want to get some people sponsored in Nashville, because you have the ability to do this anywhere in the United States.
All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Will there be anybody else? Any other questions? Man, it's so good to see many of you on the platform tonight. All partners, be sure to register for Las Vegas. Thank you, Mr. Banks. We have an event coming up in September. I think it's the second week in September in Las Vegas. There's a notation made that we should register for that if you already haven't. That's going to be an exciting time. We were just in Atlanta a few weeks ago for a regional event. So we're going to Vegas now. So that's going to be pretty exciting for those who have not seen an MWR financial event. You'll get a chance to really meet all the people that you see on these platforms. The CEO and founder, Mr. Brian House, my friend of 17 years. The guy is as strong as thunder, man. He's the best friend I've got in the world. His heart's in the right place. So we've got the right leadership. And this is truly the right platform at the right time. Considering where we are in this economy, there's nobody else bringing to the table what we bring to the table. So guys, I would encourage all of you to continue to share the story, to get it in front of as many people as possible. I called Mr. Benjamin McCray the other day to share a story with him. I was at the car wash again. And ironically, I don't know how we do this, but every time I go there on a Saturday, this same guy shows up at the same time. First time he shows up, I meet him. We begin to have a conversation while our cars are being washed. I share with him what I do. All right, he leaves. I give him information, got my capture page. He never looks at the site. So the next weekend I go to the car wash. Sure enough, this same guy's there. And this time he says, hey, I talked with my wife about that. We did get a chance to kind of look at a little bit of it, but I need you to help her understand it. He said, would you go to my house, which is not far from the car wash, and explain it? So I had a chance to meet his family and his kids, and I shared the program with them. They still didn't pull the trigger that day. All right, third time to show up at the car wash. I'm there, the guy shows up, hey, Gerardo, he's a Hispanic man. And I said, hey, Miguel, ¿qué pasó? So anyway, we start talking. I was like, hey, I mean, how's your family doing? I didn't mention the business. So he says to me, we're ready. We're ready. He and his wife are ready. They've been talking about it. They've seen enough. They're ready to pull the trigger. He's in my business. All I did was tell him what I did. I shared with him the information. That's all I did. I can't do anything else. I don't know anything about taxes, the credit restoration. I'm just sharing the good news. A total stranger. But you know why he didn't sign up with me the first time, the first day? He was building a relationship. That's what I figured it out. I mean, you know, not only did he have to get comfortable with me, he had to get his wife comfortable with me. And I met the kids. So after 3 or 4 meetings, I said, this guy's pretty cool. He's a straight shooter. Because, I mean, honestly, 3, 4 meetings before that, we were total strangers. I was ready to pull the trigger the day one, first day at the car wash. I wanted to sign him up before he left. But that man needed to build some time with me. He needed to get some time in with me, to learn me, to feel comfortable with me. And he developed that comfort and plugged in. Listen, guys, thank you so much for being here tonight. We're going to close it out, but let's get it done, whatever it takes. You've got a whole team of people that can help you succeed in this business. You don't have to do this by yourself. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. I encourage all of you, if you haven't gotten your questions answered tonight, please get back with the person that invited you. And as Coach T reminds me, the relationship comes before the business. It's businessship, and it makes perfect sense. And I think if we're missing the boat on this one, we've given up on this whole business of it's networking, it's working. So we've got to get out and get in front of people and build relationships. I think it goes, people do business with they know, like, and trust, right? I think that's the language in network marketing. People do business with the people they know, like, and trust. And you've got to build those relationships. So you may not get them on the first time, but continue to work that relationship. Continue to invite them to Zoom presentation. Let's get this thing done. This is our chance. And I'll end by saying this. 1, get excited or stay broke forever. 2, understand this. MWR Financial is not the assignment. You understand? This is not your purpose or reason for being here. Your assignment is much bigger than this. What this is the means to the end. This is going to help you generate the level of income that you need to finance the assignment, to complete the assignment. That's what this is about. So you use MWR Financial as a vehicle to generate the level of income that you need to get on with the work that God has called you to do. Because that calling, that thing that burns deep inside of you, it's not going anywhere. You're going to keep feeling it. It's going to keep waking you up in the middle of the night. It's going to keep in your head day after day until you finish it. That's the work that you're put here to do. Let's get it done. We need the financial means. This can be the vehicle. With that being said, good night to everybody. God bless all of you. Thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you again this time next week. Have a great evening.
Thank you, Mr. Parker.
You're welcome, sir.
Have a good evening, Chair.
Randy Christensen, thank you, sir.
Appreciate it.
I'm
Thank you.
tongue-tied. I've just been busy.
Hey,
Great
great job, Darryle.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Samuel, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Parker.
You're very welcome, Ms. Wood.
Always awesome presentation, Mr. Parker. Enjoyed it.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
All right, G.
Mr.
You got it,
Parker.
G. Thank you. All right.
Great, Mr.
Thank you, Mr.
Parker.
Parker.
Thank you, Ms. Brown. You guys are the best. Coach T, thank you.
Yes, sir.
You're the man, Mr. Parker.
No, I know the man. I know the man. I ain't
I
the
know
man.
that's right.
But thank you, Ms. Brown. Thank you so much. Ms. Brame, good to see you, ma'am. Thanks for joining the platform tonight.
Thank you, sir. We appreciated that excellent presentation.
Well, thank you, ma'am. Truly an honor.
Have a good evening. Thank
You
you.
do the same. Thank you. Good night, guys. Thank you. That's all of you.